Everyone has that one area on their body where fat seems to stick no matter what they try. For some, it is the belly. For others, it is the thighs, the love handles, or the lower back. You diet, you train, you do everything right, and yet those pockets of fat do not budge. It feels unfair. But there is a reason that fat is more difficult to lose from certain areas, and more importantly, there is a way to work with your body instead of fighting it. The truth about stubborn fat is not just about calories or willpower. It is about hormones, blood flow, timing, and strategy. Once you understand what is happening beneath the surface, you can finally start making real progress. First, let us be clear. Stubborn fat is not a different type of fat. It is the same fat your body stores everywhere else, but it is stored in areas with unique characteristics. Stubborn fat zones have fewer blood vessels, different hormone receptor types, and lower overall blood flow. That means when your body begins burning fat for energy, it naturally targets the areas with more blood flow first, usually the arms, chest, and upper body. The stubborn areas are simply last on the list. This does not mean they cannot be burned. It means you need to stay in the fat-burning zone longer and apply smarter strategies to reach them. A major player in the stubborn fat game is a hormone called insulin. Insulin is released whenever you eat carbohydrates or protein, and its job is to shuttle nutrients into your cells. When insulin is high, fat burning stops. If your diet keeps insulin elevated throughout the day, your body remains in fat storage mode. People often unknowingly spike insulin constantly by snacking too often or consuming hidden sugars. The fix is to reduce meal frequency and focus on meals that keep blood sugar stable. Eating whole foods with a balance of protein, fat, and fiber keeps insulin low and allows your body to access stored fat more effectively. Intermittent fasting is another useful tool, as it gives your body longer windows where insulin stays low, encouraging fat metabolism. Another factor is the presence of alpha and beta receptors in fat tissue. Beta receptors encourage fat burning, while alpha receptors slow it down. Stubborn fat areas tend to have more alpha receptors, which is why they are slower to respond. This is especially common in the lower body for women and the lower abdomen and back for men. While you cannot change the number of receptors, you can influence how your body responds to them. High-intensity interval training increases adrenaline and stimulates beta receptors more effectively. When combined with fasted training, such as morning cardio after an overnight fast, it creates an environment where the body taps into stubborn fat more efficiently. Here is where blood flow becomes crucial. Since stubborn fat areas have poor circulation, the fat stored there is harder to mobilize. It is not enough for the body to decide to burn fat. It has to access it, transport it. Strength training, sauna use, and contrast showers, alternating hot and cold water, can help improve circulation. Even targeted massage or foam rolling can temporarily increase blood flow to specific areas, making it easier for your body to mobilize stored fat when in a caloric deficit. Stress is another silent culprit that keeps stubborn fat locked in place. When your body is under chronic stress, it produces more cortisol. Cortisol is a survival hormone that tells the body to hold on to fat, especially in the abdominal area. High cortisol levels also break down muscle and increase cravings for high sugar, high fat foods. You might be doing everything right in the gym and kitchen, but if your stress levels are constantly elevated, your body refuses to let go of stubborn fat. Managing stress through quality sleep, breathing exercises, sunlight exposure, and slowing down your schedule can do more for fat loss than another hour on the treadmill. And yes, speaking of sleep, poor sleep quality makes stubborn fat even more stubborn. During deep sleep, your body repairs tissue, balances hormones, and regulates appetite. If you are sleeping poorly or for too few hours, your hunger hormones become disrupted. You eat more, crave the wrong foods, and lose the energy to train effectively. Lack of sleep also raises cortisol and reduces insulin sensitivity, both of which make fat loss harder. Fixing your sleep is not a luxury, it is a fat loss necessity. Set a consistent bedtime, block out light, and disconnect from screens an hour before bed to support deeper, more restorative rest. Here is something people rarely consider. Your training might be contributing to the problem. Doing hours of steady-state cardio may burn calories, but it often eats into muscle mass and increases appetite. As your muscle declines, your resting metabolic rate drops. You burn fewer calories throughout the day, and your body becomes more efficient, meaning it holds on to fat more stubbornly. Strength training preserves and builds muscle, which keeps your metabolism higher even at rest. A higher metabolism helps you create a natural calorie deficit without starving yourself. Adding compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, and rows into your routine can completely shift how your body stores and burns fat. Let us also address a common myth. You cannot spot reduce fat with exercises that target those areas. Doing endless crunches will not burn belly fat. Doing hundreds of squats will not shrink your thighs. But that does not mean those exercises are useless. Building muscle in stubborn areas can improve blood flow and create a tighter, leaner appearance even before the fat disappears. A firm midsection with a little extra fat still looks better than a soft one with the same amount. You cannot out-exercise stubborn fat directly, but you can shape the muscle underneath and speed up the process with the right full-body strategy. Nutrition cannot be overlooked. You may be eating healthy, but are you eating in a way that supports fat burning? Sometimes even healthy foods can stall fat loss if eaten too often in large portions or at the wrong times. Pay attention to how your body responds. Are you bloated? Do you feel full for hours or hungry soon after eating? Are you tracking your portions accurately? Small miscalculations can add up, especially when dealing with the last 5 to 10 pounds of fat. Creating a slight calorie deficit, not a drastic one, is key. Too much restriction slows your metabolism, but a small, steady deficit, combined with strategic movement and hormonal balance, unlocks stubborn fat over time. One of the most overlooked solutions to stubborn fat is consistency. Most people give up right before their body is about to change. Stubborn fat requires time. Your body will burn easier fat stores first. It is wired for survival, not aesthetics. That means the last areas to change are the ones it protects most. Your job is to stay in the game long enough for those areas to finally release. This is where mindset becomes your biggest asset. Trust the process, focus on progress beyond the scale, and remind yourself that the fat you are fighting is not permanent. It is patient, and so must you be. There is also power in tracking more than just your weight. Take measurements, photos, and notice how clothes fit. Stubborn fat loss often happens in phases. The mirror shows changes before the scale does. And sometimes your body composition improves while your weight stays the same. That is because you are building lean muscle while slowly losing fat. The scale may not move, but your shape changes dramatically. Celebrate those shifts. They are proof that your strategy is working. Let us now shift the focus toward how you feel. Stubborn fat is frustrating, but obsessing over it creates stress, and that stress fuels the problem. Start by focusing on feeling stronger, moving better, and sleeping deeper. These wins build momentum. The body responds best when it is not under constant pressure to shrink. Give yourself permission to enjoy the journey. Fat loss does not have to mean suffering. It means learning what your body needs, being consistent, and trusting the long-term payoff. The truth about stubborn fat is this: it is not about punishing your body into submission. It is about understanding your body's language. Stubborn fat is not a curse, it is a clue. It tells you where your hormones, habits, and stress responses need support. When you begin to approach it with knowledge instead of frustration, you unlock real change. You gain control, you stop spinning your wheels and start making progress that lasts. So if you are tired of the stubborn fat that refuses to go away, now you know the truth. There is a path forward. You do not need another crash diet or longer cardio sessions. You need strategy, patience, and smart action. Start today. Move more intelligently. Eat to nourish, not just to cut. Rest deeply. Train with purpose. And most of all, do not give up just because the results are not instant. Your next breakthrough may be 1 week away, one habit away, one choice away. If this breakdown opened your eyes to what stubborn fat really is, stay with us. In our next video, we reveal the 5 biggest fat loss myths that are holding people back and how to avoid them. Stay connected with Fresh Fuel Tribe. Keep watching and take control of your transformation.